hello. Hey, hello, say ho. Hey, how you all doing? My name is Luigi. I want to come in and tell you about my big trip to New York City. So I go to New York City. I check into my hotel. No problem. I get into my room and I notice that the bed has only one sheet. So I call the front desk and I tell the lady, hey, I need a 2 sheet. And she says, we all need a 2 sheet. I said, no. I need a 2 sheet on the bed. She yells at me and she says, you better not a sheet on the bed, you son of a bitch. And hangs up. And then I go down to the restaurant and sit down at the fancy table and I look down and I notice that there's a knife and a spoon, but no fork. So I call the waitress over. I say, oh, Luigi, see, with person. Oh, Luigi's a PC. See, anyways, I call over the wait staff. And there's a very nice young lady comes over and say, I need a fork. She giggles and says, we all need a fork. No. I said, I need a fork on the table. She slaps me and screams, you better not a fork on the table, you son of a bitch. And kicks me out of the restaurant. Fine. So I go to bed and the next morning I go down to breakfast and I order a 2 egg, a 2 sausage, and a 2 piece of toast. They bring out the food and there is a 2 egg, 2 sausage, but only 1 piece. So I say to the man who brought the food, I need a 2 piece. He grins and points me to the rest of the room and says that we all need a 2 piece. No. I said, I need a 2 piece on the plate. You better not a piece on the plate, you son of a bitch, and throws me out. That's it. I decide I'm going to leave. I'm going to pack up my bags and check out. And the man at the desk says, a piece to you. Oh, yeah? I say, well, a piece on you, you son of a bitch. I'm going to go back to Italy.
Oh, God.
And with that, let's start our show.
Yes.
Well, greetings and Moobarkfluff to all the creatures in the Podiverse. I am Barely, and you are listening to Barely Furcasting, featuring Taebyn, that show that asks the question, is a bowl of cereal just cold, sweet soup? Mm-hmm. Rain, TikTok, yes. Cheetaro, and Ziggy are standing by with so much stuff. Moobarkfluff, how are all of you today?
Fluffy. Fantastic. Yes.
Weaselly.
Recovering. Wonderful. Yeah, recovering from the fluff too, yeah.
Okay, Fluff recovering. And of course, Taebyn, that pup of magical proportions, is also here. Welcome, Taebyn.
Well, hello there.
Hello.
Greetings and salutations. Oh, magically proportioned pup.
So I guess to expand on that, time for Jesse for a walk. How you should do about English. Oh, and plugging Ask Papa Bear's YouTube. He has good stuff on there now. All that good stuff. Hi. And I don't. Oh, hey! And this episode is actually released on Pie Day. Isn't that exciting?
Yay!
It is.
Ooh, awesome.
Yes.
It's some yummy pie.
Oh, what kind of pie do you like?
Yummy pie. Yummy cake. I guess I don't know.
Nummy pie.
Oh, and
Oh, cherry pie.
Okay.
There's a song called Cherry Pie, isn't there? Okay.
Yes.
So on that note, I want to say tingly.
Why?
Because so that's something in season 6, episode 17, I said at the very end of this or that.
Oh.
Okay.
And I think the reason was because Barely was trying to find a sound for a certain thing, and I don't know what that certain thing was, but I suggested the sound tingly, and I don't think you liked it very much because I don't think you used it.
For some reason.
Yeah.
And also, what did the wallaby say to the pineapple?
Shut up, you're barking too loud?
Maybe.
Okay.
Probably.
Are you going to tell us, or is that just
yes? No.
Okay, moving along. Anybody have the answer
He was
to that
just
question?
asking
Please write in. Yes, we'll take your answers.
He said, "You're a fruitcake."
Ooh. Wow, that's rude. Mm-hmm.
That's rich.
Okie dokie then. Here we go.
Okay.
So let's move quite along here to let's go to the Get Out the Float recap. Because most of you Well, a lot of listeners went to the recap. They didn't go to the recap.
They
They
went
went
to the
to get out
recap.
the float. Yes, and Cheetaro was there. Taebyn was there. TikTok was there. So let's. I see your highlight, Taebyn. We'll talk about it after the show.
Okay.
So let's start with Taebyn. How was the con for you?
Oh, hi. Oh, me first. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh,
Yes.
I don't. Tingly. Okay. So.
Destruction sounds.
So, yeah, actually, it was really good. Just a few of the highlights. There were 75 at opening ceremonies, which was actually really, really great. You might remember last year we had like 8 at most at opening ceremonies.
Yeah.
So this was actually good. Fursuit games went really great. Everyfur seemed to have a good time. My Taebyn Sings Weird Down story time with Taebyn both went well. More than in attendance of last year. They all stayed and seemed to have a great time, which of course is always my goal. So that was really great. The dance on Saturday, of course, we had DJs and dances every single night, but Saturday there was like a bunch. You might remember from previous years, like there's maybe 1, maybe 2, just kind of flopping around. But on Saturday, when I went in anyway, there was like a bunch. It was very cool.
Nice, good.
And hex bugs, oh my cow, that went so good.
Finally, huh?
I cannot believe how well that went, actually. So we did a little race thingy, and this was, mind you, on Sunday afternoon, like just after the convention center had reopened, and or Sunday afternoon. Whatever I said, I meant Sunday afternoon. So last day, and so we did a race thingy, and there were 7 people that showed up at first, but 11 by the end, which is. I didn't expect anyone. And everyone just had like so much fun. I'm so amazed by how well it went. We gave out some prizes. We got some video. It was like I cannot believe how much fun everyone had. We had like multiple like rounds and stuff, and it went for like a half hour. It was amazing. So next year, gonna do it again, of course, and hopefully have an even bigger race, and maybe even in a more public area so more people can participate. My honey bought more hex bugs, so it's definitely going to be bigger thing, and I cannot believe how well a silly little stupid thing like hex bugs went. It was so good.
Nice.
Anyway, definitely the highlight on Sunday for me. Closing ceremonies had over 100 in attendance, and the ceremonies went just really well overall, and that was great. Although, I did that thing where I did the Master of Puppamonies thing, both for opening ceremonies and closing ceremonies, and I don't think there was much appreciativity towards my really horrible puns. But other than that, it went really well. Overall, it was a really great get out the float, I thought. I was really busy the whole time like I usually am, but I had a good time. And there were lots of positive comments and feedback from others about the con. So overall, a really wonderful year. And Cheetaro is going to tell us about some of those numbers that also helped made the event really successful.
Yes, he will. As soon as we hear from TikTok.
As soon as we hear from TikTok. That's
yes. So yeah, TLDR, busy. Oh my cow, busy. Yes, and as Chi will give us numbers in a minute, I can safely say we inflated. As staff, we were under a lot of pressure, but we somehow pulled through.
Okay.
Let's see, we changed the weather again for 4 years in a row now. So it was actually fairly nice for the con and the parade. And rain leading up to it, rain leading out of it. I don't know how we do
rain
it.
on Friday was horrible, and we were all like, are we going to have a parade tomorrow? But then we ended up having a parade because it was it was great.
Nice. Cool.
Let's see, parade went great. I shook down the visitors and residents of Seaside for donations for the charity. I think was it $66. Also did 2 charity doodle sessions, one as TikTok, one as the Protogen.
Nice.
And gave the Proot a major workout from suiting and just getting around in general. Yeah, and Shutterwolf got.
Does he need a long recharge now?
Yes, he does. Well, that's what I've been doing for the past week. Just
power conditioning.
Yes. Shutterwolf got some great pics of me as usual, so props for that. And we had a blast at the Fursuit games.
Awesome. All right, Cheetaro, how was your con, and what have you got to tell us about stuff?
Well, the con went very well, and like Taebyn and TikTok said, we did have some record numbers. As a matter of fact, the attendance that we had from 2025 was 266 people. For this year, we had 407, which is an increase of 53%. And of course, Bath wanted me to make sure that I said that Taebyn got the math wrong on closing ceremonies when he said it was 30-some-odd%.
Now, so Bath, if you're listening, they gave me the number 287 when I went over and asked them. So,
okay.
And then the math would have been, so at closing ceremonies, I announced some of these numbers, and one was the number I said 287, and that's about a 30% increase because that's what it was. But then when I had told Bath that earlier, he was confused, and I know why he's confused because we had different numbers, and it turns out when numbers are different,
the math is different.
Things, exactly, the math is all different. Anyway, I felt I needed to defend myself. And I'll stop there.
So in terms of the fursuit parade, we ended up from 2025, we had 106 people. This year we had 142, which is a 34% increase.
Nice.
Our charity last year made $4,059 for the charity. But I'm going to break this down in terms of the 5 things that we did for the charity. We made miscellaneous donations at the table. We made $89 for just people shoving money into a bucket.
Yes. Nice.
Our charity doodles made $424.
Whoa.
Our fursuit parade made $492.11.
Wow. Check that out.
And during the parade, I want to tell everyone that I got the highest donation. However, I do not mean money. Okay. Because I got a donation from the Trend West Resort, which is on the waterfront, from the 5th floor. Somebody threw a $20 bill crumpled up down from the 5th floor for me.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, that's quite high.
So people have to make an achievement to get a higher floor than me next year.
Okay.
In terms of money that was given to registration when people were registering, that was $868. But the biggest part of our number is always our charity raffle. This year we made $3,040 for a grand total of $4,913.11.
Yay!
An increase of 21%.
Nice.
So we did very well, and of course I want to say that Bafnetia also is exorbitantly happy about those things. And as much as I do not want to admit this on our podcast, I did cry on stage when I released these numbers. Aww. And I also, because Bath did not hear these numbers while we were doing closing ceremonies, he heard them himself for the first time when I was announcing them. And I almost made him cry too. So,
I did go over and comfort Chi a little bit as he was trying to say the numbers.
Yeah. He's a sense of Chi.
Yes. It's that whole concept of I'm excited. I would be excited if we made $1 more than last year. Thank you, Jerry Lewis. Right. But, we did way better than that. And of course, we still, if you take out the $1,000 that one person gave us last year, we made a whole ton of money more this year than we did last year. So we did very well. Inflation is everywhere throughout the Get Out the Float Con this year. So if everybody,
I would hope so. Otherwise, the floats won't be there.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, one last thing that I'd like to say is that we at Get Out the Float are going to be doing something different hopefully for next year, and we're going to have bouncy castles that are supplied by Get Out the Float. So we have a GoFundMe thing on GoFundMe to raise money for getting bouncy castles. We can put it into our Blue Sky or something account and say, help out Get Out the Float in terms of anything you can spare to help us get bouncy castles for 2027.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice. So if you are mediocre at bowling, then you can definitely help spare Nope.
Plus the theme for next year, just in case anybody is curious, it was announced at closing ceremonies.
Wow.
It's all about Hawaii and aloha. So the theme is aloha and being happy about that. So, yeah. Hang 10.
Moobarkfluff.
Yes.
Moobarkfluff, yes. But yeah, like I said, I had lots of fun. I walked over 45 miles in the week that I was in Seaside.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. And that was just in the convention center.
Okay. All right.
So,
Fair
but
enough.
yeah, lots of fun. Lots of fun. Do it
Awesome.
again next year for sure.
Well, Taebyn, is there anything you don't understand before we move on?
Yes.
Okay.
So, I mean, hi. So, two things actually. So, the first thing is fresh linens.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Chris.
So, I need help understanding.
That's what
I'm
you put on the
assuming-
bed when you
I'm
changed
assuming
the
it had to
sheets?
do with Luigi and his 2 sheets.
Yes.
Is that what?
sheet
Is
on the
that
bed.
why this episode is called Fresh Linens?
No, it's just
Oh.
because I'm randomly picking names for episodes now.
That's
Why
a
not?
perfectly
6
legitimate-
years, he can't think of witty things every single week.
No. It's like,
Fresh linens. I wonder, like, how did that manifest in your brain? You were like, okay, what's this going to be about? There's a grapefruit. I guess I'll call this episode Fresh Linens.
Pretty much that's how it works. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
Grapefruit fresh linen.
Cheers to that.
Maybe he was doing laundry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe I was. Who knows?
Maybe, and the other thing, so last time
Yes.
we did Mad Libs, and at one point Barely said, wouldn't by be an adverb? And I don't understand that. So I went back, and this is how I remembered about the tingly thing, because
Okay.
because I was going back and listening to that to find out what was the context of the wouldn't by be an adverb thing. And I couldn't, I didn't find it. So I'm not sure.
Okay. Maybe I deleted it because it didn't land well. But here's the thing.
Okay.
So by
Yeah.
is an action, right?
Yes.
So it could be a verb, but an
Oh.
adverb, because BUI is in buy something. That's a
BUI.
verb in an advertisement, so it's an adverb.
Oh my Lord. Why did I bring this up?
No one will know.
Puppy brain. Yes. bless you.
Okay. Well,
See, come on. You are the pun master. I'm surprised
I
you didn't pick
missed it.
that
I
up.
totally missed it. Though,
Mhm.
apparently. I was just like the guy that vaporized. I missed it. Okay, so if any fur is still listening, we love you a lot. Like
And we're very sorry.
we are very sorry.
All right then, Taebyn, do you have some formations for us today?
I do. So, for all you furs that may not know, every week we do formations where I read some things about affirmations of our life. These days, I'm reading from Positive Vibes, uplifting messages from furry friends. And I am Casey Kasem. And so our first affirmation for this week says, I play with life's possibilities and welcome new adventures.
Woo.
And there's a cute little beagle that said that.
Aw.
And on the back, it's explaining, try something new. Every month, make a point to try something completely new. This could be new food, a new route to work, a new book genre, or a new exercise.
Or a new partner.
Or
No.
I will not comment on that. Instead, I will move on to the next. And here we have a doggy that says, calm is my superpower. guiding me through life's ups and downs.
Woo.
And on the back, there's a breathing exercise. Well, it says breathing exercise. Practice deep breathing exercises for 5 minutes each day. Focus on slow, deep breaths to help calm your mind and relax your body. And the third and last affirmation for this week, there's a fluffy puppy dog that says, I protect my mental space with strength. Plan a mental health day where you do activities that rejuvenate your spirit and mind and help you not focus on the glass cut that is now in your foot.
So let's get to our media section then. So I finished Foundation and all the back episodes on the newest season of Lego Masters.
Cool.
So I'm all caught up on my backstories stuff. I tried watching a show from Ireland. It's on Netflix called How to Get to Heaven from Belfast. And
I don't think you can get there from there.
I think you got to go through hell first. But the thing is, the accents aren't too bad, and the show is interesting. It's billed as dark comedy, and although there are some funny parts, it seems like the Irish sense of humor is a bit odder and darker than American.
Yeah, it rains there all the time. They're clinically depressed.
I guess. Well, it rains here in Oregon all the time too, but that doesn't mean that we're not
Yeah,
funny.
but there's a pub on every corner in Ireland.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Sometimes two.
Woo.
Hey, but in Oregon, there's a weed shop on every corner.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Fair point.
Fair point. yeah.
Sometimes two.
Within walking distance of my house, there are 6. I continued watching RuPaul Drag Race and the back episodes of Eureka. I also watched a series on Hulu called Hazardous History with Henry Winkler.
The Fonz. Hey.
Talks about
Hey.
all the weird things before that we used to do, like in the 60s and 70s, before there were safety measures in place for keeping us safe.
Mhm.
Oh my.
Like remember
So it's not safe for work?
remember the yard toy jarts?
Yeah.
Oh
Joe.
God,
yes.
yes.
Yeah,
How
those are
much fun.
dangerous. Yeah.
Or
Um,
how about
What fun.
no crossover shoulder belts? They were all just lap belts.
If
Mhm.
you
in
even had,
Or if they were.
If
yeah.
they
If
were.
they were even
Natural
there,
selection.
yeah.
How about shark jumping?
Shark jumping. Well, that
Jorts.
was that happened a lot too. Um,
Only to Henry Winkler, though, for some reason.
yeah.
I know, right?
I started rewatching the Cleveland Show at bedtime, the spinoff from Family Guy,
Mhm.
and been playing a lot of crossplay on the phone. That's the New York Times Play with Friends game of Scrabble. So
Oh, cool.
keeps mine pretty busy.
Indeed.
Taebyn, what have you been mediaing?
Hi.
Hi.
Hello. Cherry pie. So, hello. I have been watching a few more episodes of Lower Decks season 4. We
Nice.
finished season 3, which is the last season of Fisk. We started watching, we watched season 1 of Man on the Inside. Have any of you seen that yet?
Mm-mm.
Barely
Nope.
seen. And, well, let me ask you what you think about it first, actually, before I say what I think about it.
I've watched several episodes. I'm not a fan of his characterization of the man. He does a good job acting it, but I just don't. I'm not a fan of that characterization. Having experienced those type of homes firsthand with my parents,
Oh, you have a different mindset.
a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Well, mine mindset is not the same as yours.
No.
So we saw season 1, and we think I think is really good. And so for any of you first that don't know, Man on the Inside, there's only 2 seasons so far, but it's about an elderly man, Ted Danson, who indeed does a really great job. I mean, he's really great at acting these days, for sure. He plays an elderly man who goes to help law enforcement in a retirement home where there have been some thefts. And he ends up liking and being involved in some of the residents. And I can't say anything more, or else that'll be a spoiler. But it's a novel premise. I think the whole plot is different than anything I've seen anyway. But anyway, I think it was a really great show. I highly recommend it. I could definitely understand though if you have had ties to those sorts of things, you would definitely have a different perspective, definitely. But I thought it was really great. Looking forward to seeing the second season. We started season 1 of Animal Control. Has
Okay.
anyone heard of
Oh,
Animal
Yes.
Control?
Yes.
I have.
Absolutely.
I've
Yes.
watched several episodes of that.
Oh, you
yes.
did?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Couple of seasons.
Oh my. Well,
And have you
okay,
seen
so
the furry one?
huh?
I haven't seen the furry episode yet. I don't think so.
It was an intro.
Oh, yes, I did. Yes.
So before I ask what you all think about it, I'll say just for our furs that don't know, Animal Control it's on Netflix. I like the online synopsis, so I'll just read what the description is online. A group of animal control workers begin to see their lives complicated by humans and not so much by animals. That's actually what kind of drew us to the show. It's a workplace comedy in the genre and feel of Tacoma PD, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, those kind of things. The main guy is Joel McHale from Community, so if you like Community, you might like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so before I say what I think about it, what do you all think about it?
I thought that there was one episode that I remember completely, and it's the one where there were stuffed animals being shot because somebody thought it was a real animal. So it was really hilarious.
Yes, that was
Yes.
that was a good episode. Yeah.
Anyone else have thoughts on what they think about
No,
this?
I've seen the clip from that. I haven't watched a whole episode yet, so
Right. Yeah.
it's
I
on
only
my
saw
list of
the
things to
intro.
watch.
Barely, what are your thoughts?
It's okay. I mean, it's a good bubblegum show. I don't have an opinion one way or the other.
We thought so I've only seen 2 episodes, so I haven't seen the shooting of this stuff or the anything. We're going to keep watching. The first episode started out pretty funny, actually, and then we continued to watch the second episode, and it's, in my opinion so far, it's entertaining. It's kind of meh, so I'm not, like, Brooklyn Nine-Nine is insanely better, of course, but it's okay. We'll keep watching it and see how it goes. Apparently, there's some episodes I have to be looking forward to, so I'll be looking forward to that. And so next episode we can hear what kind of raving review I give it that time, because this has obviously been the most raving-ish of reviews.
Right.
And Honey's, that's what we watched, and also Honey's been watching Shogun,
Oh,
Okay.
the
Oh.
The original?
Japanese thingy.
the
No,
one
not
from the
the original.
80s?
There's a series on, I think, Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah, the newer one.
The newer one. I watched a little bit of it and I was not impressed, so I don't watch it. And Honey, he's probably watching it right now. He watches it while I'm doing other things.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. And that usually doesn't happen. We usually watch things together, but no, not this time. So that's what we've been watching. I've been playing Royal Kingdom, Balloon 6, Beat Saber, and those are my media for the week.
Hey.
All right. Rain.
He's
Ziggy?
just like, okay, there's Taebyn eating something he probably shouldn't have eaten.
The microphone. Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. So I started Ziggy on watching Starfleet Academy. I'm all caught up, but he's only on episode 1.
Oh, I'm interested.
no,
How's
watch
that?
it,
I'm
so-
interested. I haven't seen it yet.
Well, if you let me finish, I'll tell you how.
I am going to now let you finish right now. Now.
I really okay. I really like Starfleet Academy. It's fun. It's a little different than most of the other Star Trek shows have been. It's kind of like a WB, like the 90s and 2000s WB, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, stuff like that, where it's kind of like, there's a lot of interpersonal, like building up of characters and stuff going on. There hasn't been a lot of action, which is something Ziggy is going to talk about here in a second. But
Oh.
I think it's really good. It's different. It's a little fresh. It's set way farther in the future than any Star Trek has been before. So it's kind of cool, and I really like Holly Hunter as Captain Aki or Captain and Chairman Aki.
Who is that?
She is the lady who voiced
Good. You don't know that?
Elastigirl in
Hmm.
The Incredibles.
I haven't seen The Incredibles.
The mom.
Yeah, she's the mom from The Incredibles.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't she the mom in Raising Arizona?
Yes, I believe. I
Oh.
think no. Was she?
No.
Oh.
No, that
Was
was Goldie Hawn, I think.
Was that
Was
Goldie
it?
Hawn?
I can't remember now.
Same
I have
genre.
no idea.
Yeah, but yeah, she's fun. She's half Lantonite, so just like the character on the original series,
Mhm.
or not the original series.
Rain, you are
Brave New
doing
Worlds.
great.
Yeah, my brain just shut off there for a second.
I loved watching the journey though.
Yeah.
That was an extremely wonderful journey.
She's like
Yes, it
400
is.
years old, so she was there before the burn, which is what happened that stopped dilithium crystals from working in warp drives and actually blew up a bunch of Starfleet ships. So
Big boom.
Starfleet, basically at the time this series take place, has just gotten things working again. They've gotten dilithium crystals, have started returning to usefulness, and yeah, it's pretty good. It's interesting. So what do you think, Ziggy?
It's engaging, refreshing, but the first episode didn't have enough action for me. I like it though, and definitely gonna keep watching.
To me, it's 90210 in space.
Kind of a bit like that, but without characters that are as annoying.
Oh no,
I
there are
hated
some annoying characters. There
Yeah,
are
but
so many
90210,
annoying
I
characters.
hated everybody in that
Yeah.
show. I'm from California, and I can't stand 90210 because every character in there was just like a stereotype character.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
They were not good. I didn't like 90210 at all. It had nothing to do with California culture.
I have no idea what they're talking about.
Yes.
Or it could be Glee without the music in space.
Yeah, it's a bit more like Glee. Yes, the without the music.
Without
part.
the music.
Yes.
That
that's
makes it more like a
analogy.
E. I mean,
essentially, the best way to describe Starfleet Academy is it's a high school mini drama.
Yeah,
set in the Star Trek world, thousands of years into the future, or hundreds of years into the future. Yeah, because it's the 29th century or something during there.
30 something, 32nd or 36, 37th. I can't remember which right now, so it's way ahead,
and but it's just teenagers being teenagers. But what's really nice is you get to see all the teenagers from different species in the Star Trek world, and Star Trek world.
Star Trek.
Yes.
There are some species I've seen in the background that are way big callbacks to the original series.
Yes.
They do Easter eggs.
Yes. There's a bunch of them that are callbacks, and there's Easter eggs on the memorial wall in the Athena that's in the main atrium of the Athena. There's like
that's cool.
All the characters that have been from everywhere.
Yep.
Cool. So it's really kind of cool. If you're a Star Trek fan, I think it's worth a watch. If you're some kind of right-wing nut job, you probably aren't listening to the show, and you're not going to like Starfleet Academy. So
there are a lot of truths right there.
Just going to save you some time here. If you're a right-wing nut job, don't listen to the rest of the show or watch Starfleet Academy, because neither of them are for you.
And also, you should probably see a doctor, because why have you listened to the show this long?
True. Yeah, you're way into this, and you haven't left yet. What's wrong with you? But also, back to media. We also started watching Firefly because Ziggy hasn't seen it, and Firefly has always been one of my favorite series.
It's amazing,
so good. Yeah,
it's like the Wild West in space.
Yes. Ziggy really enjoyed the first episode.
Oh yeah.
Ziggy has a crush on Captain Mal.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Yes, everybody does.
Everybody does. Yeah.
That's, I think, the reason everybody watched the show was Nathan Fillion is gorgeous.
Oh yeah,
still to this day, he's one hot man.
Oh yeah.
I finished playing Doom: The Dark Ages, and I have to say it's the best game in the Doom series, in my opinion. Great story, really fun gameplay. Plus, you get to pilot giant mech suits, as well as fly your own kick-ass dragon with energy wings.
Yeah.
Oh, such a fun mechanic that wasn't in any of the other Doom games. That it just makes the it breaks up the gameplay. You're not just constantly mowing down hordes of the same creatures all the time. You get to pilot the mech or fly on your dragon and shoot down enemies and stuff. It's really fun. Really like it. And so, Ziggy, what are you playing?
Oh, guess what? I'm still playing Fortnite. Yay! Well, I
am
haven't
so
been.
surprised to hear you say
Yes, it's very shocking right now. But lately, I haven't been too much because there's no new content at the moment. But I say I complete my personal task of unlocking all the style of the cute lion guy, though. So that's
very
cool
cool.
for me.
the
Yeah.
cute line.
Yay.
That's important. That's important.
That's
Yeah.
it from us.
Yeah, release the fairies.
All right.
It's all about the kitties.
All about the kitties.
Kitties.
All about the
TikTok, how about
kitties.
you?
So, been busy with Get Out the Float, of course. So, mainly Jeopardy and RuPaul. Although hubby and I also realized about 3 weeks ago we somehow missed most of a season of Bad Yachters, aka Below Deck Mediterranean. So we've been trying to catch up with that when we can. It's a silly, brainless show. Plus the yachters are very bad. And it's basically, young people working on a luxury yacht, dealing with staff romances, drama, bad at their job, et cetera, et cetera.
Oh, so it's high school on the high seas.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yay,
Well,
Starfleet
yeah, early
Academy, but
20s.
in the seas.
Or Captain Ron, just not as funny.
Yes.
Yeah. And some of the passengers are very bad too. So you
Oh,
get
I'll
like
bet.
a double.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Most of the
Double
passengers
dipper.
are very bad.
Oh yeah.
It makes me think of the Love Boat for some strange reason now.
Right.
Except more insufferable because they're richer because they're on a yacht.
Right. That's it for me.
Okay. Cheetaro.
Yeah. Well, being as we were preoccupied by Get Out the Float, not a lot of things were watched. But however, my partner Pink Lemonade and I needed something to watch to keep us awake one night, and so we chose to watch Mrs. Doubtfire with Robin Williams.
Hello!
Right? So I have to say that it is one of his best movies, so to speak.
Yes. Oh,
And-
made me cry
and
the first time I watched it.
I love this. There's lots of scenes that I love in this movie, but one of them that I love specifically is the scene where he's in his apartment,
Mhm.
and he ends up knocking his face out into the alley, and a garbage truck runs over it, and so he needs to go around and he's trying to find a face for himself, and he opens up the refrigerator and he finds this cake with whipped cream frosting on it and goes poof right onto his face. And that whole the ironic part is that whole entire scene where he's in the apartment doing this, a lot of that was ad-libbed. And of course, as you know, Robin Williams is very heavily into ad-libbing a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yes, he
But
was.
that was rather impressive. Although the main reason that I really wanted to watch it is because I have a crush on Pierce Brosnan.
Oh, yeah.
And so I get to see him donning his swim trunks. Ooh,
For that great scene where Robin Williams goes, "It was a drive-by fruity."
Drive-by fruiting, dearie. I saw me ran that way.
Yeah, that whole entire scene in the restaurant where he decides to put pepper, red pepper onto the jambalaya, that was rather hilarious too. But the fact that he kept bouncing back and forth between the tables, and then he ended up like going as Mrs. Doubtfire to the head of KTVU,
And then went to the wrong table at the end.
Yeah, it was rather hilarious. But it was an awesome thing, and believe it or not, it actually kept us awake rather than falling asleep. So it did its purpose, of course.
It's a good movie.
But yeah, absolutely. We also watched a few more episodes of Family Guy from seasons 21 and 22. But I also started playing a cool game on the Xbox called Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora.
Pandora.
It is very immersive. You actually get into Pandora and search around and roam around and stuff, and you are trying to save Pandora from the quote unquote human invasion. So it's I just have gotten into it a little bit, but it is rather interesting, and I got to create my own Navi. So
nice.
That was rather
also
fun.
Get to clean other people's house with your big power washer.
That's what they indicated.
Well, no, I don't think there's any power washers on Navi or on Pandora. I mean, or I don't think the Navi know how to use a power washer. So
well, I know you're an expert from recent events,
Well,
so you should train them.
They don't
If
get
there was
power
a way-
washers tell the way of the water.
Right. If there was a way to cross-pollinate two games and make it into one thing, that would be kind of fun. But Pandora and power washing. Interesting.
Only
If there's
hope
any
remains.
game developers out there listening to this podcast right now, and you develop something like that, I would be the perfect person to test it on.
Copyright 2026.
All right.
BFFT.
Right?
Injured
Right,
Nurse Productions.
Exactly. All right. What did you remember?
Oh, so
A bit.
I totally just remembered. I forgot to say at Get Out the Float. Ziggy, you're gonna like this. I'm just saying, Ziggy, you're gonna like this. I probably shouldn't even say it. I really should not say this because Ziggy might just get too excited. But
Well, in that case, let's move along to this or that.
No.
No.
Keep it the news.
so okay, so one, any of you for this until you Get Out the Float might know, and if you don't know, I'll tell you that at the end of the Fursuit Parade ends at the Carousel Mall, and so all the fursuiters get to ride the carousel if they want. And so I did that.
Yes.
And as I went around, there's this guy that every time I went around, he would 6'7" me every time I went around.
Oh no!
Every time. And I'd be like, no. And then I come around again, and then he'd do it, and it was, yeah. And that was one thing.
Yay!
On the last day, there were these two girls. I don't know. They were teen. I don't know how old they were, but these two girls that insisted every time they saw me to 6'7" me. They insisted on it, and I said no. And then, okay, Ziggy, are you going to be okay? Can I say this, and you're just going to be okay? I'm sorry about this, Rain, but I'm going to say it. And then before I left on Sunday, I passed them on, at some table or something, and they were there. And they asked me before I left, they said, Taebyn, before you go, could you please 6'7" for us? And I did.
Oh,
Yes.
And
Yes.
Shame on you, pup.
I said,
Yes.
now Get Out the
Succumb to
Float
the
is
corruption.
complete. So,
Yes.
Okay.
so that was
I'm proud of you. Well done.
All right. Well, let's take a look at some this or that's. See what you guys
Yes,
want to
let's,
do.
please.
Taebyn, I'm going to
6
start with
or
you.
7.
Yeah.
Yes.
Taebyn, 6 or 7? No, Taebyn, would you rather be a knight or a Viking?
Yummy sounds.
Well,
Sounds.
since I am a math pup and I do like geometry, I better be a knight because of circumference.
Okay.
Oh, my yolk.
Cheetaro, pie or cake?
Oh, that's mean. How about cake that is pie? No, I'm kidding. I will say that I like pie better because unfortunately most cake has chocolate, and since caffeine is in chocolate and it puts me to sleep, I would say pie
Okay.
for sure. Cherry for sure.
I was just going to say cherry pie.
I happen to have that soundbite available.
I'm proud of you.
Nice.
You just have. Okay.
TikTok,
Yes.
gym or the library?
Why not both?
Yeah, why not both?
Because it's not a taco.
Oh, true.
I'll do gym. Why not?
Okay.
Hey.
You'll do gym?
You'll do gym. Yes.
And
Damn it, Jim.
Rain,
I'm a doctor, not a grandfather
Yes.
talk.
would you rather be a seagull or a pelican?
Ooh, seagull, just because like the whole pelican big beak thing seems like a whole lot of hassle.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah.
Okay.
You'd be
I'm
much
already
more
a trash
comfortable-
panda, so
Yes.
like there's not much of a difference between pelican and raccoon.
6'7".
But you would be much
True.
more attractive as a seagull than a pelican.
Yes. Ziggy, really long
senor.
legs or really long arms?
Oh, really long arms. I can reach out anything. Yes, I can get the things from the top shelf.
Okay.
Grabby little hands.
Okay.
Doctor Who, why are your arms so long?
Yes.
Okay. Taebyn,
Mm-hmm.
would you rather have white hair or glowing yellow hair?
For reasons that I won't get into, I'm going to say white fur.
White fur. Okay.
And that's that.
They're mine.
Cheetaro,
Yes.
clothes made out of vegetables or meat?
Okay. If it was meat, then I would say, is it cooked or uncooked? But,
Lady Gaga.
right? But I would probably say meat, just because of the fact, I'm a cheetah and I'm supposed to be eating meat, so therefore
So
meat.
you'd eat your own clothes.
And he'd be
You
naked.
Yeah.
look yummy.
And yeah, we're all animals, aren't we? Naked at some point.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I'm
Born
naked
naked.
underneath my clothes.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
He doesn't-
TikTok. Would you rather always have to wear a toga or always have to wear suspenders?
Hmm.
Toga, toga,
Yeah.
toga, toga.
Toga. Yeah.
Toga? Okay.
that was a given right there.
Sorry,
Right?
I had to say it.
Rain,
Animal House. What can you
Yes,
say?
unlimited pizza or unlimited sushi?
unlimited pizza.
Yeah.
I like sushi, but pizza is
Oh,
one
come
of my
on,
first
pizza.
loves.
Yep.
Plus, you could put sushi on a pizza, and you'd
True.
have the best of both
And
worlds.
pineapple on pizza.
You can put a toaster in a tortilla, and that makes it good.
It does.
Yes.
It does. Ziggy, would you rather
Monday.
eat hamburgers in Italy or spaghetti in the United States?
What?
Oh,
What?
spaghetti. Always pack spaghetti. Always pack spaghetti.
Okay.
It doesn't matter where it is, apparently.
That's what we had for dinner tonight.
Yes, it was
Mm.
delicious.
Okay. Taebyn, if you had to, could you give up reading for a year or TV for a year?
Oh my cow. If I had to give up reading, I wouldn't be able to read math anymore. I guess I'll have to give up TV, and my honey will hate me because he'll have to watch TV without me.
Oh.
True.
What has happened to me right now?
You're there.
You got me very emotional just now, barely, apparently.
Apparently. All right, Cheetaro, your last one.
Yeah.
Would you prefer to live without hot water or without air conditioning?
Well, I currently live without air conditioning, but I'm not sure I could live without hot water, only because taking ice cold baths or showers would be awful. So I could live without air conditioning.
Okay. TikTok. Would you rather be chased by the police or a clown?
What's the difference?
Right.
How do you know the difference?
I feel like I could probably outrun a clown, especially with the big floppy shoes. So
Probably, yes.
it
Yeah.
would be more nightmare-esque.
Mhm.
I mean, unless they were
Somewhat,
chasing you in that little car.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And
Well,
you know,
that's
in the
true.
car, there are
And
like
you never know how
28.
many-
14,
Yeah.
with
You never know
14
how
of them
many.
after you.
14
Yeah.
werewolves?
There's
But you
probably
can always
6
make-
or 7.
You can always make the car wreck in a comical sense, in a comical nature. So,
Uh-huh. True.
yeah, so yeah, we'll go with
Mhm.
clown.
Oh, here's a great one for Rain. Would you rather get drunk from one sip of alcohol or never get drunk no matter how much you drink?
Oh, well, I know the answer.
Ooh.
I think I know the answer.
One sip of alcohol, because I like being drunk, but if I could just drink all the alcohol I wanted and not get drunk, then that's basically water. Like, who wants to drink water? It's gross.
Expensive.
And expensive water, yes.
And finally, Ziggy, would
Si,
you
senor.
rather be rich and miserable or poor and happy?
Or unhappy.
Poor and
Hey, we're poor and
Yeah.
happy.
Yay! Woohoo!
You're
Yeah.
dream right
That's
now, aren't you,
what
Ziggy?
pretty much
Living the
everyone
dream.
is right now,
Living the
yes.
dream,
It's just-
baby.
Yes. Luckily, it doesn't cost as much to live here, so we're poor and
Yes.
happy, but with steak and avocados.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, ew, wait.
And affordable medicine.
Oh, yes.
but
well-
you have avocados.
Yes.
True.
Delicious,
Yeah,
tasty
yes.
avocados.
No.
Sí,
Everyone's doing horrible
Balta.
things to me right now. No,
Me
you
gusta
got-
falta.
Oh, all you
Balta.
furs should see what they are so torturing me right now. They have all these like Rain has one too. Yeah, they have all these little avocado thingies and
Aguacate.
oh my cow.
right. So
Moving on.
we're just moving on.
Yes.
Cheetaro, do you have a movie review for us right now?
I do have a movie
Yay.
review, and to
Thank
be
goodness.
honest, this is going to be one Taebyn's going to love because it has a little bit to do with crispy chicken nummy nummy tot tots.
Oh my cow.
The movie that I'm reviewing is the 2023 movie called Chicken Run: Dawn of the Nugget. It's streaming on Netflix.
Can I just say, oh my cow?
Yes, you may.
And I did. Okay.
You did, yes.
This is
So-
exciting. This is exciting.
This is exciting. So this is kind of a sequel to the original Chicken Run, which the original Chicken Run, and both of these movies are stop motion animation, which I find is, in all honesty, some of the best animation out there, because I like the Wallace and Gromit type aspect, right?
Yeah.
The two main people that are in this are Rocky, who is played by Zachary Levi. He did Harold and the Purple Crayon, and he also starred in Shazam as the main lead.
We'll forget that he's a horrible person, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. But then there was Ginger, who was played by Thanadui Newton. She was in Westworld, and she played one of the voices in the live-action Lion King movie. So the beginning of this movie does a recap of Chicken Run, where, in Chicken Run, the chickens are in a farm, and they basically all revolt against the Tweeties, saying, no, we are not going to be turned into cooked chicken. And they all revolt, and they end up leaving the thing, and they get to an island. So they kind of do that, and they basically show this island that all of them flew to, so to speak, and they're all happy and wonderful. But Rocky and Ginger ended up getting married and having a little chick,
a little nugget.
A little nugget called Molly. And Molly turns out to be this really overly adventuresome little chick, and she wants to be able to leave the island because she ended up seeing this interesting automobile thing going across this brand new highway that was right across from their island. She saw on the side of the truck that these chickens were going, or the trucks were going to this place called Funland Farms. She thought, wow, it's Funland. We have to go there because the chickens were like really looking happy and having lots of fun. And so she ends up running away, going and trying to find this farm, and she ends up being a part of this farm, and then Rocky and Ginger and a group of them all come to kind of collect her. But it's funny because the chickens that are inside of this new farm, they all have these collars on that control them in terms of like being ever so happy and walking around kind of as zombies, happy zombies, because
happy chickens make happy nuggets.
Yum, 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 yum,
that
yum.
is very true. And that's exactly what the whole premise was in terms of that. And so it's kind of funny because the machine that turned all of these into nuggets, and it was rather hilarious. So now it's like the inside of this farm, though, was like an amusement park for all these chickens. There was swings, and there was like little rocking horses things, and there was like a slide and stuff to bounce on and all sorts of stuff. It was almost like the chickens went to get out the float.
And then got murdered and became nuggets.
And got murdered and became nuggets, yeah. But the funny part is that they would touch a little button, and these chickens would go, "Oh my God, I'm being called!" And there would be this big gigantic sun that would open up its little rays, and a little stairwell would go up to the sun, and they would like walk through this little curtain, and then they'd get shoved down this little ramp, and then thrown into a machine.
How very Logan's Run.
Yeah. I know, right? Yeah, there's lots of things that are in this that are hilarious in terms of that. But like I said, the whole thing being stop motion animation makes it even more interesting because there's a lot of scenes where water is involved, and it's really hard to stop motion water. So a lot of that had to be actually computer animated. The fortress of this farm had like lasers and ducks in a pond that would like shoot at you and things like that. And there were things that would open up and suck you into like a garbage disposal type thing, and it was rather interesting, you know. But
wow, it sounds like they kind of rated Logan's Run and The Prisoner for ideas for this movie.
yeah, well, they definitely had a lot to choose from, since, you know, this is only like 3 years ago movie, so they had lots to choose from and stuff like that. But you know, I enjoyed this movie a lot. It makes you laugh through the whole entire thing because there's various things that happen, and you know, and of course the villain, quote unquote, Miss Tweety. There's a scene where she's walking around this spiral set of stairs and she's just going thump, 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 you know, and all you see are her legs walking down these stairs, and it's like, you know, and you don't know that it's her yet until you see her face and you go, oh my God, it's the same woman from the first one, you know, because in the first movie, you know, she got, well, injured from what I remember, and you know how she ended up staying alive and being in the sequel. Well, it's movies, so all sorts of things.
So now we know why she's trying to murder the chickens.
Yeah, exactly. Because, you know, she has this whole entire thing because she wants to make lots of money, of course. So yeah, it was definitely some sort of a scheme to make lots of money. But you know, again, there's lots of fun things that happen in this. There's a scene where one of the older chickens who is like who used to be a I don't know what he was, but he was in the Royal British Air Force, and so he's on top of the roof, and he's talking to this tiny little snail and boring the snail so much that this snail is trying to run away. But you know how snails are; they just
takes a while.
So takes a while. Yeah, but there was some cool effects too. Like they ended up in this silo with a whole mess of corn, and they ended up putting a rocket, like a firecracker, down into it and turned it into popcorn, and that's how they escaped. It was really fun. Like I said, lots of interesting things happening in this movie. I totally recommend it. With that, I actually am giving this a 4 chirps because it's entertaining. Stop motion animation does not get a lot of people to say, oh wow, that was awesome and amazing, you know, because sometimes it can be a little clunky, but you know, it's all in the part of how things are done. And you know, I mean, even Star Wars in the days of the 70s and 80s when they were creating the first Star Wars episodes, you know, the at walkers were all stop motion animation, you know, so it's grown to be a lot better than that was, you know. And I think you can't, you know, if you dispel your disbelief of stop motion animation, you would not be able to tell the difference, in all honesty, in this one. You totally could in the first one, but this one is a whole lot better than the first one.
Some of my favorite movies from back in the day are all stop motion stuff. Ray Harryhausen was the king of stop motion. And his stuff is just amazing even to watch to this day.
So like I said, I watched this movie because I, believe it or not, when I decided to pick this movie, I was actually thinking of Taebyn for some strange reason. And so when I saw the fact of, oh my God, this is, you know, Dawn of the Nugget, I thought, I know he would enjoy me reviewing this movie.
Well, I
do.
So
if you've never seen this movie, Taebyn, you should get onto Netflix and watch it.
I need to.
With a plate full of crispy chicken and nummy tot.
That is like literally the only way to watch this movie. I agree.
Well, that takes us up to our intrepid news reporter, TikTok. What have you got for us in the world of furry news?
So, first up, oh my cow, cons have been selling out, and to name a few coming up, Lone Star Fur Con, which has already happened. Vernal Equinox in Ontario is sold out. Furry Down Under in Australia is sold out.
Really?
Yes. And then also OnibeeCon. That's that mysterious Irish fur con, which we can't seem to pronounce.
Okay.
Yeah, that one is sold out as well. So I guess furs, get your ticks early.
Yeah. Apparently.
Yeah. So, like, they're sold out, meaning you can't register anymore?
Yeah,
really?
Right. Yeah, you can't. Some of them have like
they've capped because they've reached their allotted space
limit. Yeah.
in
Like
that
some of them have like
community.
a wait list. But yeah, it's just
Wow.
a explosion of fur cons, which
Like-
It's
will
kind of
give
like a new level. Like we
Like
used to be, and
Furlandia
it's
would
still
have had to have been if they didn't find a new venue. They would have had to limit it.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very much
The
so.
last couple of years have been super like packed at Furlandia.
recently it's been okay, getting hotel is like the thing, but now apparently I never thought we'd be at the point where it's like, okay, you have to register and is the thing to worry
Early.
about.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Next up, there's been a kerfluffle in Central and South America over therians, of all
Yes.
things.
Really?
Yes.
Yes,
Uh-oh.
and it's been confusing both therians, furries, and people not in the fandom alike.
Mhm.
Okay.
This has, of course,
See.
been amplified by social media, turning into something of a viral trend. On one paw, people in the Therian community saw it as a possible way to find and meet others in the community that may not be as vocal. However, on the other paw, there's been reports of businesses such as pet stores banning Therians. Perro Cafe, I'm mispronouncing that horribly, in Costa Rica has announced they will prohibit entry to Therians, saying they had security concerns over the use of masks and inappropriate behavior. The actual origins of the story have been difficult to pinpoint, but it appears to be largely manufactured by social media algorithms. Like somebody in South America just said something about Therians on social media and it just exploded from there. However, it's also been spread by right wing groups similar to the litter box thing in the US.
Yes. Yeah. It's gotten pretty bad around here. Before I got banned for the second time and completely quit Reddit, it was like it was blowing up all over Reddit a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Although I will say that Reddit actually hasn't been too critical, at least the things that I found. A lot of the
No,
posts
but there were
kind
like
of, yeah.
tons of stories on it. And if you read because I'm down here, we got a lot of the ones from South America on Reddit, and some of those were a little bit like out there.
Sorry.
Right.
Yeah, they were after I translated, I'm like, ooh, there's
Seriously,
a lot
guys?
of right wingers just being complete morons
Right.
and jerks on here.
But to end on a much, much more fun note, during the recent
Yay.
Olympics, a hybrid wolf dog wandered out onto the women's cross country skiing course. The
Mhm.
2-year-old Nazgul, what a name,
Nice.
broke out of his kennel and went seeking his owners who were attending the games. In a
Aw.
moment of televised Olympic glory, Nazgul sprinted down the final stretch of the skiing course and across the finish line.
Nice.
He was
Yay,
later
he won,
reunited
he
with his
won.
owners.
Nice.
Did
Well,
he win a
won,
medal?
yes.
He should have.
He
I
got a
would
new
say I
dog.
should
He
have
got a
gotten
new dog tag
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
made out of gold.
Cute.
So,
And that's the news for this week.
let's delve into the Therians for just a little bit. So, for those that don't know, a Therian is a person that believes they are an animal, whereas furries are just people that
Art,
eat
Like funny
cartoons.
thingies.
Yes.
that like anthropomorphism. So
Yes.
I'm not exactly sure, and I have noticed because we had a discussion about Therians at one of the Furlandia board meetings because somebody asked if we were going to reject Therians from coming to the FurCon, and all of us just kind of looked at each other, going, "What? Why?
Why
would you do
Why
that?
would you do that?"
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, why would you do that?
yeah. So I'm not exactly sure why it's a big deal to anybody, but hey, what do I know?
Just because it blew up in the news
Mhm.
just recently, so
Yeah, it
it's
does.
just like the litter box thing. It'll blow over.
Oh, God, I hope
one
so.
of my friends on Blue Sky, who's a Therian, was really disappointed in the whole thing, and I was like, look, this is gonna blow over just like the litter box thing. Just give it a little bit of time. They're gonna go on to something else to be upset about in another 2 weeks.
There are so many other things that could be worried about than whether somebody
Like
thinks
I'm
they're an
worried that the
animal.
West Wing is going to be destroyed any second.
Right. But I will say that in a Spanish language newspaper that I found article that I had Google translated, it was actually fairly sympathetic, and it was more like, oh, these crazy kids, in the 80s it was, death metal, in the 90s it was goth, it was just, it's just
Mhm.
kids being kids.
Well, there was a period of time in my life growing up I wanted to be a cat fully, but I didn't know that was a word at the time. I was just told I was cuckoo crazy and needed to get help. But but that was in the late 70s.
Well, I mean, I think every kid pretends to be an animal at some point, and it's just weird. Anyway, all right. Well, let's get to our upcoming events. Well, as we all know, Fernal Equinox is happening at March 20th through the 22nd in Toronto, Canada, but apparently it's sold out, so never mind. Don't go there. And
unless you've already got
tickets and registration in hotels. Thai Tales 2026, or as the person that's delivering the State of the Onion address right now, Thai Tales is taking place March 21st and 22nd in Bangkok, Thailand. Texas Furry Fiesta is taking place the 26th to 29th of March in Dallas, Texas. Furthermore, taking place in Baltimore, March 27th through the 29th. Be Whiskered, not de-whiskered because that hurts, April 2nd through the 5th in Durham, North Carolina. Las Vegas FurCon, April 2nd through the 5th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Burlingame 2026 is taking place in Burlingame, California, April 3rd through the 5th. Fantastique is taking place April 3rd through the 7th in Braun, France. Schweinfurt, Germany is hosting the Spring FurCon, April 8th through the 12th. Furcation Land is taking place in Portland, Maine, April 9th through the 12th. The 10th through the 12th of April in Ham, Germany, not pork, but ham, is To Dance 2026. Okay. Woods
Well, it
Flock.
looks like it's springtime for furries in Germany.
Springtime for furries.
It is time.
In
I still love
Germany.
you. I still love you. We're married. I still love you.
Woods Flock is taking place in Spencer, Tennessee, April 10th through the 12th. April 11th and 12th in Dublin, Ireland is that one. And
Onivicon.
Aminimahanahonakan. Say it again, TikTok?
Onivicon.
Onivicon.
Freaking Gaelic is so hard to pronounce.
I know. It's Furry Down Under, because they didn't trim, is taking place April 17th through the 19th in Surfers Paradise, Australia. Forget about it. I love it. It's taking place in Fairfield, New Jersey, April 23rd to the 26th. Wild Nights 2026 is taking place in Wilburton, Oklahoma on April 23rd to the 28th. Furry Weekend Holland, God, there's so many, are taking place April 24th to the 27th in Barlo, Netherlands. Barlo. The bigger one is taking place the 24th, the 25th to the 26th in Somerset, New Jersey. I feel I'm seeing a couple of conflicting cons here. I wonder if that's conflicting organizations taking place the same weekend.
Yeah.
Kraz is taking place April 29th through May 3rd in Boskovice, Czech Polar Republic. Ibercon is taking place April 30th through May 3rd in Madrid, Spain.
Sprain?
Madrid, España.
Madrid,
Novetel
Spain.
Madrid.
Ceviche. Volley Weekend 2026. Why did I say ceviche? I don't know. April 30th through May 3rd in Decentis, Münster, Switzerland. And finally, Camp Fuzz is taking place April 30th through May 4th in Suki, British Columbia, Canada. So there we go.
And yes, barely forget about it was conceived as a reaction to the bigger one, which was seized in controversy. We talked about that some months ago.
Did we? We probably talked about it last year when this probably came
last
up.
year.
Yeah. So I kind of want to go.
Well, I've heard "Forget About It" is pretty good. So
I may have to make some arrangements to go to New Jersey and
maybe
not this year, maybe next year. So.
You
Jersey
call
Shore.
someone.
Yeah.
Head to Heart with Kanzo Ame strives to be a show to help young minds navigate their feelings in a healthy way and to help families support healthy emotional growth, not just in the kids, but the parents as well. Kanzo Ame likes to help families with kids like her understand neurodivergent communication techniques and demonstrate ways for young viewers to express their emotions, as well as provide tips to families on supporting each other through those emotions. Because Kanzo and I truly believe that with kindness and understanding, we can make the world a better place. Click the link to help support the show becoming a reality.
We are going long tonight, so Taebyn, would you mind if we skipped math this week?
I would not mind. Next episode, all you furs, I'll just let you know what it's going to be about. I talked about Graham's number, which is a really huge, enormous number. And then at the end of that segment, I said that next time I do math, I was going to talk about an even bigger number than Graham's number. And so I won't do that now. But next episode, I will talk about that bigger number than Graham's number.
Okay. Well, in that case, that takes us up to our shameless plugs. I would like to start out by saying the podcast Royal Highness.
It's your podcast, barely.
The podcast Royal Highness, where the hosts enhance. I'm not even enhanced tonight. I have not taken any altering substances except for Taebyn. Taebyn is an altering substance.
Okay. Definitely a mind-altering drug.
He is a mind-altering substance, not drug, substance. So,
I guess, yeah, substance. Yeah.
So my plugs, pups. Well, just stop. This is why we run long so many times. The podcast Royal Highness, where the hosts enhance with cannabis products, then watch a television show, then chat about it while they're still enhanced. Hilarity ensues with these two. The podcast releases every Wednesday. They have finished the newest Game of Thrones series, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, which, at the end of it, it's actually the Night of 9 Kingdoms, because Egg points out that there are actually 9 kingdoms, not 7, which is one of those, what I like to call egg drops for that show, when he just drops little nuggets of information along the show line. It's kind of like the writers digging at George Robertson there. So they're going to be switching back to the historical docudrama, The Last Kingdom, starting in the next couple of weeks. Rain, what are you promoting these days?
Well, 3D Who, the monthly Doctor Who podcast, where barely my British friend James and I discuss all things Doctor Who. New episodes drop at midnight on the last day of every month. February's episode is all about the war between the land and the sea. And the upcoming episode for March will focus on River Song.
TikTok, what have you got to plug?
Yeah, come get all the hugs at Furlandia. And she can tell us more about that.
Okay, Cheetaro.
Yeah, well, Furlandia 2026. We're still doing pre-registrations for $60 for the whole weekend, which I've been hearing from lots of people that is a very low price. So get your tickets now because as of May 1st, we will not be doing pre-registration, and everything at that point will be at the door, where the prices will go up to $70. On our website right now, we actually have our Dealer's Den list and a map layout of how our Dealer's Den is going to look. We also have our Artist Alley vendor list and map layout as well. Plus, we also have the map of what the entire convention space at the Hyatt Regency is going to look like in regards of where panel rooms are and things of that nature. So go to furlandia.org, that's furlandia.org, and you will be able to find all that stuff there. Hopefully you register, because we are going to end up breaking numbers at Furlandia again this year, based on everything that I can tell you without telling you numbers right now. We're over 50% above where we have ever been in the past at this point in time. So if that tells you anything in terms of numbers for Furlandia, just know, get your go to furlandia.org, get your hotel, because we're breaking numbers for them too.
Yes.
And so if you haven't gotten your hotel, please do so now, because who knows what's going to happen as it gets closer to con. We are less than 90 days away. We're like probably 75 days by the time this podcast comes out, and so please get your tickets early and register, and
so Cheetaro,
hope to see you there.
I would like for you to keep tabs, and when Furlandia passes pre-registrations from last year's attendance, I want to know when that happens.
Okay.
So we can see how just when that threshold was met. So
there's this wonderful thing in our convention running software that gives you a year-over-year graph, and it's ironically interesting that it also has predictions to say how many people are going to be showing up to the con. And what's really interesting is, according to our numbers, we are 3 weeks ahead of what numbers the prediction is telling us at this point.
Wow.
So if that tells you anything, we're going to have a lot of people there. And so
it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, and we're going to have lots of fun. And just know, people, Furlandia is not going to be capping anything. So we will be taking registrations all the way up to May 1st, and we'll be taking registrations at the door. So if you don't get yours in before May 1st, then please come to Furlandia May 22nd, and you'll be able to get tickets coming to the door.
And make sure to check out Taebyn Sings Weird Al and Storytime with Taebyn.
Yes.
Yeah.
And here's the funny thing. So I decided to help out with this con, because I thought, well, it's a medium-sized con. I don't want to work on a big con like BLFC or something for my very first big con. And here it is going to be about the same size as BLFC, turns out. So, oh boy.
Well, if you want to hear something interesting and ironic, at A&W, their final numbers for this year was 3,466 people. And and I keep teasing the people who run A&W, I keep teasing them saying, we're going to be close, if not over that. So, nice. It'll be interesting to see what ends up happening.
Awesome. All right. Taebyn, what have you got to plug?
Yummy sounds.
Yummy sounds, yes.
Tingly. But also, so I have a link tree that's linktr.ee/Taebyn. If you just want to link to all my things, I have an Instagram, but I don't use it much, but it's Taebyn Pup. I have merch on Fourth Wall, Taebyn-shop.fourthwall.com, which I don't know why, but so at Get Out the Float and at A&W, I had brought a bunch of merch for charity, and it all sold out for some reason. So apparently my merch is okay. So all you first check that stuff. I have t-shirts, mugs, stickers, more to come, blah, blah, blah. Make sure to check out my YouTube where you can see Crispy Ascension and the Crispy Chicken Saga. Oh my cow. And very important is, oh my cow. And and there's all kinds of fun and useful math and good stuff, calculus, linear algebra stuff, just fun math things like Mobius strips and Klein bottles. Oh, let's see, we've got, I've got a history of the BFT. Our podcast is on there, so if you're very interested in that, you can check that out. I've got a bunch of cooking with Taebyn. You can learn how to make an egg and make toast and make ice even. That's amazing. We've got product reviews. I've got drumming. Other fun random stuff is on there. That's a fun thing. So make sure to subscribe and check them out. Lots of good stuff. And well, my next cons are Las Vegas FurCon in April, then Furlandia in May, of course, and Anthro Weekend Utah in, was it August or something like that, towards the end of the year, doing my Storytime with Taebyn, and Taebyn Sings Weird Al. I'll have some songs that you haven't heard before. If you have seen my Taebyn Sings Weird Al, some new stuff, and that's exciting. I also have new Taebyn chips, lots of Taebyn swag to give out, so make sure to come join the fun. See you there.
Well, that's going to be our end sound for today.
Next week's going to be tingling.
Tingly. Yes. This was going to be the end sound. But
very ominous.
Yes, but
Yeah.
and then there's this one. Anyway. That sound means we're out of time. Those sounds mean we're out of time here at BFFT. Listeners, we know you have a choice in podcasts, and we love that you choose to listen to ours. Remember, you can support the show on Buzzsprout or through Patreon for as little as $3 a month. If you become a supporter on Buzzsprout for $5 a month or more, you will receive early access to the podcast, which you can listen to on Buzzsprout. Typically, would be at a week to 10 days before release. Every little bit helps keep the lights on. Or if you listen on YouTube, why not hit that subscribe button? You can send us an email at barelyfurcasting@gmail.com. Oh, and hey, if you send us a comment on the Buzzsprout fan mail section, be sure to include your contact information so we can respond and maybe reference the episode you are reaching out about. Rain, any parting thoughts?
As always, be kind to yourself and each other. Moobarkfluff, stay furry.
TikTok
Keep up the fluff.
of the fluff, Cheetaro.
Make sure you laugh and pay it forward, because if we were all laughing, the world would be a better place.
And go to Furlandia.
And go to
Furlandia.
Yes. When we're done here, I might tune into the news and laugh at something. Ziggy.
If faith, loves always wins, and she's my cherry pie.
She is your cherry pie. Thanks to all the staff at Injured Nerves Podcast Network and to all the furs out there. Moobarkfluff and stay furry. Taebyn, I think you should say your final words.
Your final words, but I'll also
Thank
say
you.
other
Yay.
things. And I will say thank you all you first for listening. If you're still listening, if you're not still listening, then you can't hear me say it. But I'll say it anyway. Thank you for listening as far as you did listen to. We do this. We have a great time. We do this for you. We do this for us. It's just great stuff. We love being part of the community and keeping it going and just doing our little part to help be the fur and all that good stuff. So with that, I will say, can't wait to bark at you next time. Moobarkfluff and stay furry.
Sweet cherry pie,
Barely Furcasting is an Injured Nerves studio production and is found on all major podcast platforms. The Furcast is produced, recorded and directed by Barely Normal, aka Mike Began, and is edited by Barely and associate producer Rain Raccoon. Opening and closing theme was created for Injured Nerves Productions for the use on the podcast by Regday with Damian Tanuki. Other interstitial and background music is from Epidemic Sound. Podcast cover art provided by staff artist Buncubus. If you would like to send us a message, you can do so via email at barelyfurcasting@gmail.com, or on our Telegram chat at BFFT chat, or on the barelyfurcasting.com webpage. You can help support the show through donations at Buzzsprout or through Patreon at patreon.com/barelyfurcasting. Be sure to check out our merch at bfft.dashery.com. Thanks for listening. We hope you return to listen again. Moobarkfluff everyone.